Going to the next one, I'm going to talk about a market that most people really don't know about. It's in a submarket of Memphis, okay? A lot of people don't like Memphis. It's generally known as a cash flow market. This site is a bedroom community of Memphis proper. So if you look at this one, it's about a half an hour away from Memphis. Here's the site. Here's Memphis. It's along Route 51, which is a straight shot up to a place called Millington. Millington has some interesting things. So we kind of go along the same path of analyzing this property. First, looking at the dirt, right? First, we want to know that the dirt's well located. It's close to population centers, which we already know. It's close to Memphis. And we also want to make sure it's close to a throughway, Route 51, not a major throughway, but major enough, leading right down to Memphis, so it's easy to get to. Here's the site. It's this patch of dirt right here. What's interesting about this is a lot of major builders are buying up land along this corridor. And what's following is a number of new retail shops, including a supermarket, Walmarts are being opened here, Starbucks are being opened here, and already existing subdivisions have already sprouted up. They're already in play right now. So you have dirt close to close to a population center, close to a major roadway, and the next thing is looking for a tailwind. And this is interesting. So if I looked at the tailwinds for the market, what I look at is what's going to drive renter demand for the years to come. And in Millington, there is a place, there's a naval base. It's one of the most important naval bases in the US. It's called the Naval Base Southeast. It has a few thousand troops that are stationed there, with about 100 being added every year. So there's an embedded renter base of military personnel, which they're already short on rental housing. So if you combine the fact that the military base is there, and you combine the fact that you'll see here the NSA Mid-South is right down there. And you combine the fact that people, because of COVID, are just fleeing major population centers around cities like Memphis. The place they're fleeing to is Millington right now. And that's going to continue for years to come, I think. So the idea behind starting a for rent subdivision over here is most of the subdivisions that are going on right now are for sale. And there is, from what I can tell, a pretty constrained amount of single family rental properties. So it's kind of got all these components, the population, the proximity to throughways, and it's got this tailwind of not only the military base, but also population moving out from Memphis to have more room and want to live in single family rentals. So now that we kind of know the fundamentals, you kind of dig into what the numbers are. And with this site, I was brought this site by a close colleague of mine. I've got a builder lined up that has their hands on the site. They're able to build the homes, deliver the lots, and deliver the homes. And here's what the numbers look like. The lot price is about $9,000. That's for an entitled lot. You can develop that lot for about $23,000. So the all-in price for that lot finished is $32,000. If you added in what the builder said it can build these units for, what we thought would work well is a 1,800 square foot unit and a 2,000 square foot unit. So the builder's pretty sure they can build for $72 a square foot, which means the build cost is about $136,000, $137,000 from foundation to roof. If you add those two things together, between the two model types, you're talking about an all-in price point of $171,000, $172,000 per finished house, right? We went and we looked at rental comps and sales comps, and we looked at those units being able to rent for $1,600 and $1,700 respectively. So for an average square footage of about 1,888 square feet, that unit should rent out for about $1,650. And using kind of the same methodology of figuring expenses, here's what the taxes on a unit will be. We figured in management rates and insurance costs and maintenance costs and an HOA fee. The expense load came to a little bit higher than the last project, about 38%, which means the NOI is lower, the net operating income is lower. But here's the way the gross yields panned out. 11.4, 11.5% for the gross yield, and 6.7, 6.6% for the net yields. Now, this is higher than Atlanta, and it needs to be higher for Atlanta because this is the South. This is Memphis. generally people look for higher yields in a place like Memphis. So I knew that I needed to get to a higher net yield to make this a viable project, which is exactly what it offered. So what we have right now is we have a builder who has a land, we've got the builder that can build the units, and we've got a good census who would make a really good build for rent community. It's worth noting that when I look at fair market value price, I look at what we could build the units for and versus what they'll actually be worth fair market value based upon the comparable sales. And that informs my number that you see right here, which is a discount to market. You know, the commerce site I just talked about is about a 13–14% discount to market. This one would give you about a 21–22% discount to market, which for a place like Memphis and for a real estate market as hot as Millington, I think it's a pretty good deal. So that's Millington.